Hey guys, this is Random Sarah Grace. I wanted to film a whispering video, and I know I'm not really very good at soft spoken, but I'm just not feeling the whole whispering vibe at the moment. I filmed a lot of videos recently that have been whispering, so I think it is time to bring back the soft spoken. Okay, so recently I got the Mamma Mia DVD and I didn't pay £7. I got it on eBay for £1.90 something. I got it because I watched the new Mamma Mia DVD film that came out in cinema, and I loved it. It was the best film I've ever seen in cinema for a while, and it was just amazing. And since I've moved out from my family's home, yeah, I don't have like my own stuff. Like, you know, when you have, everyone's got DVDs and everyone's got like Spider-Man, Batman, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then some other stuff. And when you move out, it's kind of not your stuff, so you can't take it with you. So I had to buy a Mamma Mia DVD for myself to own. I mean, you can borrow it, but it's always nice to have something that you know that you own. Does that make any sense? That's what I feel like. I think that's what you feel like when you're 4 years old, or like, okay, maybe not that young, but like 6 years old, and your sister gets a PS2 before you did, and seeing as you're the oldest, you know, you're a bit like, why? And you get a bit jealous, and then you eventually too get a PS2, which doesn't make any sense because you only need one, obviously, to play games, and then if you're gonna get two, you'd have to get like 2 PS2 games. So like, growing up, I do realise that I was a jealous brat, but I think everyone who's younger that doesn't learn to share does go that way. Maybe it's still stuck, actually, thinking about it. But, you know, I do borrow things. I'm going to get to a story about that soon. I personally don't like letting people borrow my stuff because I'm very, what if I'm never going to get it back sort of situation, and then what the hell do I like say to these people? Because, you know, I have social anxiety and I can't deal with those confrontations, jeez. I can barely walk in a store, okay? Can you like walk in a store that only has one person and it's like a small store, and like say to them, hey, you know, you need something, I don't know, like confetti, and you couldn't find it anywhere, so you walked in this store just to ask if they have confetti, and then them say, yeah, we have confetti, but you know, it's £6, and you think, £6 for confetti? Like, no. And then you have to awkwardly say, I'm sorry, that's too much for me, and walk away. I literally wouldn't even get myself in that situation. I wouldn't walk in the store to begin with. I'd like awkwardly walk past the store and then walk back the other way again past the store to see if there was any more people other than the cashier that was in the store, and if there wasn't, I'd walk away. I can't deal with confrontation. That's what I've discovered recently about my anxiety, is confrontation. Right. So yeah, I got that. The next thing that I got is a Wii controller. Now somebody, I can't remember their name because I'm not on my channel, someone commented that I should film another controller sounds video, and I said that, you know, I've moved out, I don't have any controllers anymore, and neither does like anyone at home really, either kind of had like a clear out, and well, it was like an my electronics sound video, and I actually got a Wii. I actually got a console. Wow. Like, literally, these consoles only cost 14 to 20 quid now. I got this for, well, I didn't get this remote for 14 G's. I got the Wii for £14. And I love the sounds of this nunchuck. This is an official one because originally when I bought one it was a fake, and the fake ones just have a really hollow, rattly plastic sound, and I don't like that at all, like especially when you're playing a game. So I got this nunchuck for £3 second hand, and it sounds awesome. Like, I heard that you can get wireless ones because when you're playing certain dance games, this is quite a short cable, and I heard that you can get the wireless ones and play, but apparently they're not as good. But I was literally thinking like just buying one of these, chopping the wire off, and just using it as like a personal fidget spinner. Well, fidget spinner, just a fidget device to fidget with, because it's just so addictive. I could literally sit here, do this for ages. And I know there's that little fidget box that you can get, and I have one, but I've lost it because it's so small. Everything that is like so small basically just gets lost. It's what it's supposed to do, you know, rings, everything, money, it just gets lost. We also got a black nunchuck, and I don't think it sounds as good as this one. It's exactly the same, but it doesn't sound as good for some reason. Might also be because of the usage, how long something's been used for, I don't know. And then I found the world's best ASMR video. This guy, which I can't remember the name of again, but I'll put the link in the description, has done a Wii controller sound video, and it is the best. He does tapping on it, he does like clicking, these sounds. It's the best video. There is literally no point me making a video because it's just the best video ever. Okay. And he has longer nails than me. So yeah, I got that. And then this is the Wii remote that I got with the black one, because I like black and pink. And funny story, okay, this took ages trying to find a pink Wii remote. I wanted a pink Wii remote just because I like hot pink. I'm not really a big fan of baby pink in things, some things, but not all. And I bought one of these from CEX. It's a second-hand company that sells electronics, but when you say it out loud it sounds like sex, obviously. And then like, it's really funny because we walked in one of the stores to use the Wi-Fi and its name was Unprotected, and because the name of the store is, you know, sex, it's Unprotected Sex. It was brilliant. Oh, so yeah, but anyway, we bought from the online CEX store, and they sent a Princess Peach controller for the Wii U with Motion Plus. And yeah, I can imagine why collectors probably would like it, but to me it just looked like a 4-year-old's vomit. It was so girly, so pink, and like I just didn't like it at all. And then like when I was playing with it, it was faulty, so it had to go back. And that was when they sent the nunchuck, which they listed as official and came as a fake. So everything went back, and the guy in the store was very understanding, you know, and he goes, do you want to keep the, you know, the gummy like silicone thing that goes on the top of this? Would you like to keep that as like a goodwill thing? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I kept that, and we've put it on the white controller, which, so it's like a white and pink, and it looks cool, you know. And I really want to get a black controller because the black gloss just looks amazing. So I've already got the black nunchuck for that controller. Anyway, I'm aiming for about 4 controllers because the Wii is amazing. £14, jeez, but like games are so good. Like me and Andy, we don't really game together because obviously he's PS4 and I just play The Sims. I don't really game anymore. All my online games have been shut down, so I don't see the point in gaming. And so we do our own thing, you know. It's a bit depressing, to be honest. So, you know, we both decided to get a Wii, and we've been playing like different games that I've borrowed from my sisters. See the borrowing story. Borrowing from my sisters because they have a Wii, and I never really played it at home. I knew we had one, but I was just like, I don't really like playing two-player games because I'm antisocial and stuff. So I was just like, it's not really my console. And the games you can get for this thing though now, because obviously it's so old, are so cheap. Like seriously, I bought a DS, 3DS, 2DS, whatever. It's a 2DS. And that was £120, and now they sell for like 80 quid, and like secondhand stores 60 quid. It's like, that's cheese. But anyway, I bought one of those, and the games are so expensive. You're talking about 30 quid for a new game that comes out, or 15 quid for like a semi-old sort of game like Pokemon X. It's just, I can't afford, I don't understand how gamers can afford, I can't even afford like The Sims 4 Seasons, that's just come out and I really wanted it, but it's like 40 quid, like what? So I can't afford any of them games, and it's a bit sad, so I don't play gaming as much. That's why I like the online community, because it was all like, you know, monthly subscriptions. So anyway, the games for the Wii are like 2 quid, £4 and £12 maximum. You know what I mean? It's insanely cheap. So yeah, the graphics aren't they aren't that great, but like it doesn't really matter because the gameplay is so good, if that makes any sense. So we've got Mario finally now. That was really hard to track down because no one sells it. It's such a popular game, but no one sells it. So we've been playing that, and that's really fun. And we've got all the Just Dance games now, nearly. And the Zumba game. And Hannah Montana, of course. Not Hannah Montana, what's it called? High School Musical, the third one. That's a fun game. Yeah, so we're starting to collect like loads of Wii games, and I've got Order of the Phoenix that my sister let me borrow. So, you know, but they're only games that I would borrow and then buy in the future maybe. Because if you like a game so much, you can't borrow it for like 30 days, you know. You've got to, you know, give it a try and then buy it yourself, because no one likes that person who borrows stuff and then just keeps it forever, saying that they're still borrowing it but they're going to give it back. We all know you're going to keep it. So that's why I've just never really been a fan of borrowing, because I feel really awkward. But it's really nice that people let you do that. But yeah, so we got a Wii, and I'm very, very happy, especially since these controllers were £12, £15 each, and they are official controllers that don't really look like they've been used. But to be fair, like the secondhand stuff that you get from secondhand places like CX or Game, I'm not really sure about Game actually, I don't go there, but those sort of places sell like secondhand stuff that's really dirty. Like they don't clean them, they sell them and then you have to clean them, which I have with many things, even things I buy secondhand online. I don't understand how it's not like considered as something you do before you sell something, like to clean it, because I just would have thought that's what you do, but maybe I'm wrong. Because I bought an Apple mouse a few years ago and it arrived and it was filthy, but on the advert it looked clean as a whistle, because you know, but when it came it was filthy and I had to clean it. It was just so disgusting, like I was not happy at all. And yeah, even the people in the store, when they're showing stuff off, they were like, well, it's a bit gunky, but you know, and it's like, well, get a freaking baby wipe and clean it. Like, isn't that supposed to be your job, to sell things? They'd probably get more money for them if they cleaned them. Or maybe it's like they have a set price no matter what, you know, state it's in, so they don't really care. I don't know, but it's just so gross. Or maybe I'm just a germaphobe. So yeah, this one didn't really need cleaning. This was actually in a good state, but the white one, just so gross. So yeah. So if you're wondering why I've suddenly got things, it's recently been my birthday, and it's also recently been Andy's birthday, just yesterday actually. And Andy's birthday, we actually have got a tent now, a big tent, which was a lot of money, tent. But we accept donations to, you know, be able to use the tent, things like camping lights, kind of like when you get married and people give you gifts. It's like that basically, but we're not married. So I mean, like wedding gifts, you know. Anyway, it was Andy's birthday and my mum got me and Andy this camping light, and I think it makes the best ASMR tapping sounds. I was like, this has to go in a video, because even like in general, I've just started picking it up and tapping on it, kind of like that nunchuck where I'm just like doing this all day. I annoy people a lot, by the way, because I'm listening to tapping on my phone without earphones. By the way, I don't listen to ASMR with earphones because all my earphones have like a bass thing for music, obviously, and bass isn't good for ASMR, I don't think. So I just listen on my speaker, which is quite tinny and crap, but you know, it's a speaker and it works, it delivers sound, so it works. And I'm always listening to tapping, and Andy just kind of got used to it now. Like, I'm on the sofa just listening to people go. And to anyone that doesn't understand ASMR, I'm imagining that's quite annoying. Yeah, but let me know if you want a video on any of these items. I've got extreme backache now. I'm just like leaning over, and I'm 25 now. I'm prone to backaches. Seriously, it runs in my family. I suppose it runs in everyone's family, but like, especially in my family. Back problems, heart problems, you name it, problems. Yeah, so I have like a really bad neck ache because I'm kind of like arched over. But I don't know how you're supposed to film ASMR in like a comfortable position, especially when you're like just tapping for hours on end. I'm hoping to get a gamer chair at some point because we're building the little room back up, and that's where we're going to put a desk. And I really am in desperate need of suggestions of like gamer chairs that cost less than 100 quid and can fully support your back, because of my back and like upper neck problems. So I need like a high back gamer chair, and I found a Racer like gaming chair which has like orthopedic support and leg rest and stuff for like £94 on Amazon. So if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear about it. And literally, because I don't have a job now, I have no income coming in, so I can't spend much money on stuff anymore. Because I've got to afford rent and pay my half the bills and stuff, so yeah, my back is going to die in 3 seconds. Oh, jeez, I'm going to be taking some ibuprofen after this video. Okay, the final things that I got. These are, ow, did I just give myself a metal paper cut? No? Okay, we're good. So I got 2 of these. I don't know if you can see them. a journey and see the world. Let me do this one actually. So these are big kind of, I don't know what you call them, photos, portraits. They're not paintings, wall art things, canvases, I don't know. But these were £6 each from the range, and they were on sale because I think they were on sale because it was like end of range. But the thing is, this one has damage, and where I used to work, if things had damage, supervisors would take money off and say, yeah, fair enough, there's damage, we'll take money off. So I asked in the range if they could take any money off of that, and they were like, no, sorry, stock prices, that's it. And I was like, well, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Because like, they're selling a perfectly good one for £6 and then a damaged one the same. So I thought that was a bit dodgy. But I think I can cover it somehow, I'm not sure. But they're going to get damaged anyway because they're on the walls and people walk into walls for some reason. I tend to, and I have no idea why. I'll literally just get up, turn the corner and walk into the wall. It doesn't make sense. Not really sure where to put these yet. I'm thinking in the bedroom because the gold frames match my curtains and my floor. So I have a bit of a theme with like beige and gold in here. So that might work nicely, or I might put them in the hallway. I'm not really sure yet, because if I put them in the hallway, they're gonna get damaged. People are gonna walk in them with their shopping bags and like throw their shopping bags across the room, or like the hallway just gets so damaged all the time. Because you know, like where you put your shoes, well, we have like no space in the hallway. Literally there's about space for your width of your human body, and that is it. And so we have a shoe rack on the floor, and you have to like step around it because of how narrow the hallway is. And yeah, so we've got this shoe rack on the floor, and you put your shoes on it, and it's stupid because they touch the wall every time you put your shoes on. And like the wall, I don't understand how people have white walls, okay? Like, in my house, my previous house, the white walls, as you've probably seen in every video I filmed, always have marks on them, like some kind of damage and stuff. You'd hit the wall, or like me, in the middle of the night, you'd just walk into the wall, you know? So, and just fingerprints and like dirt and stuff. So our walls in our house were quite dirty, and I thought, okay, well, this is a new house. I'm going to paint the walls, they're going to look nice, and within a year, they've started yellowing. I don't understand. And like, they just look so dirty everywhere. Every single wall has some kind of like mark on it. And like, are people supposed to like paint their walls white every year? Like, I don't understand. So my mum goes, you should have got like silk paint, because ours are matte white, and they're not even like beige, they're white. So I'm thinking white is just so hard to maintain, seriously. Like, why does everyone have white walls? Isn't there like another colour? Can't we all have like black walls? Why is white the standard if it gets so dirty? So yeah, the shoes are destroying my wall right there, and if I put these up by that wall, I think everyone will then be looking at the wall and think, this is a dirty wall. I never used to think about this stuff, it's mad. Like when you lived in your previous house with your parents, you never really thought about, why do the walls look dirty? Or do I need to replace the carpet? No, you wouldn't, because it's your parents' job. You know, when you move out, you're like, you know, the carpets are starting to discolour, I'm going to have to replace those. Oh, you got a quote for me, how much? 800, oh, okay. That's not going to happen. So yeah, I feel like I'm rambling now about house stuff. Seriously, I don't think anyone cares, but to be honest, the majority of people who watch my channel are within the same age as me, so you might understand. I don't know. I just thought they were really pretty because of the fact that it says like see the world, go on a journey. I absolutely love travel, okay? I love it. I love seeing new places. If I had all the money in the world, I'd be traveling the world. I'd just be doing, going to Spain, going to Portugal, going to Brazil, I just named like all the countries that are right next to each other, wow. I'd be going to Florida, I'd be going to Miami, which is the same thing, isn't it? I'd be seeing the world. Oh, I just love culture, I love people, I love accents, I love the world. The world is unappreciated, and we fail to remember that lots of different type of people live in the world, different cultures, and we don't see that in everyday life, we just see our own. So it's nice to get out and just see it. Like, I'd love to live, I know it sounds crazy, but like people go on holiday for a week, 2 weeks. I'd love to like just go on holiday, well not go on holiday, but kind of like live somewhere for a few months and then live somewhere else and then kind of come back. I'd love to do that. I don't know if that exists, like to stay somewhere for a few months and then come home, because holidays are always like 1 to 2 weeks, but then maybe it's because of the money, I don't know, because like a holiday for like 2 or 3 months is going to cost you a bomb. And then your workplace is probably never gonna let you go on holiday for 2-3 months. But photographers have literally got the life of luxury. They probably do that for a living, like just go to different countries if they've got, high-end photography job, and take pictures in Miami and Florida and Spain, Portugal and Brazil. So, dream goals, yeah. I'd love to be a photographer, living the dream, that'd be mine, traveling the world. So I really, really like these motivational kind of like pictures, that's what they are. I've actually been trying something new recently, if you've got this far, which I doubt you have, but it is positive thinking, which obviously I do need to do a lot of. And I don't know if anyone wants to see it. It's kind of like notes. Basically it's a book of happy things, writing down what I want to do with my life and what I feel like I've done so far, what I like in hobbies, stuff like that. And I really want to make, like, I've got some frames behind me which are empty, and I want to make some kind of motivational speech that I've made, not like a quote from somebody else, so that when I look at it I think, yes, that is what I want to do, I've done this is all me, because then you feel confident about yourself and it kind of like motivates you, if that makes sense. Because whenever I read people's stories about like how they feel better at themselves, I just laugh and I think, it's never gonna work for me, why am I reading this? So I think I need to convince myself in something that I've done, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just a motivational book, and yeah, so let me know if you want to see that. It's something that does mean quite a bit to me, but I'm all for helping other people as well, and what may work for me may not work for you, but it may work for you in some kind of way. I don't really know. But yeah, thanks for watching this ramble video. I hope that you got some randomness out of it. I don't know if I ever said this is a camping light. I think I did. Could have used it as lighting for this video though. Right there. That would have been useful. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week.